Well, good afternoon. This is Rich, and the markets ended up having some surprising closes here today. We were weaker from the outset, and many of the markets stayed weak all day, led by the gains in the dollar once again. The dollar sharply higher on the back of a weaker euro and a weaker yen. The dollar is the best place, I guess, by default right now to invest, and that's where the markets were running. And initially that was weaker to the commodity markets, but we did see a couple of commodities come back strong at the end of the day, led by the cattle market. The two nearby options in cattle were limit higher at the close, up a full $3 here at the finish, and I believe that helped to lead corn higher as well. The corn market snapped back from double digits down about 15 cents early on to finish 7 1/4 higher on the December contract at 6.54 1/4. That very positive there. I think cattle feeding margins have been very good. I think ethanol margins still continue to run as good as they did 2 or 3 years ago, and so we're seeing some good domestic numbers, usage numbers. I believe that'll continue here in corn. Even with exports maybe lagging just a little bit, certainly the domestic side of it probably going to make up the difference. Soybeans continue to be the weak link in the commodities. Also crude oil down nearly $2 a barrel at the close, silver down nearly $1, and the Dow down 215 points on the December futures here at the close. So again, it's kind of a mixed bag here at the close. December corn I mentioned up 7 1/4, 6.54 1/4. March corn up 6.65 1/4. That's up 6 1/4 cents. The cattle market, December cattle up a full $3 at 124.37, and feeders up 2.50 at 142.550. Hogs only up 12.5 cents at 87.60. The soybean market, November beans down 15 1/4 at 11.92 1/4. January beans down 14 3/4 at 12.02 1/2. December cotton down 275 at 99.54. November rice down 10 points at 16.54 even. December Chicago wheat up 1 3/4 cents following the corn at $6.30. December Kansas City down 6 1/2 at 7.18 1/2. December Minneapolis down 3 cents at 9.05 3/4. The European situation certainly a big driver in these markets. Also of note here today, the story about MF Global filing for bankruptcy. Also concern about whether they still have all of the funds that they're supposed to have in place for some of their managed accounts, and that a big factor or a big story here in the marketplace as well, and maybe causing some liquidation in some of these markets. So we'll update those in the morning and wait for some more news possibly on the MF Global situation by morning, and also out of Europe here overnight. Have a good evening.